energy right now. You understand what I'm saying? If you celebrate a birthday like my brother celebrated a birthday, make some noise and get in there with your best friend, all the single ladies tonight.
Once again, Chris Brown has found himself in a controversial situation, and this time it appears that he targeted his longtime friend and fan, Usher. It seems that Rihanna may have had a sense of what could transpire given her personal knowledge of Chris Brown and his capacity for problematic behavior. So how did she and other celebs react to this most recent altercation? That's what we're going to find out in this video. But of course, before I spill anything, make sure first that you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for more updates and videos like this. Now let's dive in.
You can't imagine how hard it was. I couldn't imagine how hard it was.
Amid reports of a physical altercation, Chris Brown and Usher were observed engaging in a heated argument as captured in a video obtained by TMZ. The incident occurred during Chris Brown's 34th birthday celebration at the Skate Rock City roller rink in Las Vegas. Eyewitnesses informed TMZ that in the early hours of the morning, Chris approached Teyana Taylor, who was seated on a bench just outside the rink. However, Teyana appeared to be ignoring him for reasons unknown. This seemed to infuriate Chris, leading him to raise his voice and direct his frustration towards Teyana. It was at this point that Usher stepped in, attempting to calm the situation. Chris, however, did not respond well to Usher's intervention. He proceeded to curse at both Usher and Teyana, with a particular focus on Usher. Growing increasingly angry, Chris referred to Usher as a coward, declared his crew's departure, and subsequently left the premises. The video also shows Usher trying to engage in conversation with Chris, who continues to curse while skating away. TMZ reports that Chris became upset when Teyana allegedly ignored him during his attempts to communicate with her at the party. His frustration led to him yelling at her, prompting Usher's intervention. According to the outlet, Chris was not receptive to Usher's intervention, resulting in him directing profanity towards both Teyana and Usher before leaving the roller rink, accompanied by his entourage.
Now he took off on Usher, and Usher was hosting his birthday party. Because he went off on Teyana Taylor, called her a bunch of butchers. Usher tried to talk to her, and they took off on him.
Usher allegedly took his skates off to go find Brown, and an eyewitness told TMZ that they saw him go behind a string of charter buses in the parking lot, where the birthday boy and his crew allegedly were. The witness told the outlet that a short time later, they allegedly saw Usher emerge with what appeared to be a bloody nose.
I'm tired of reading about some as soon as I got something popping.
It's unclear if he went to the hospital or if a police report was filed, but since that night, neither of the three, Usher, Teyana, and Chris, have said anything regarding the incident and have all been radio silent. This is all extremely shocking news, as Chris Brown and Usher are said to be really good friends.
In celebration of two people who love each other, because I love Chris. I don't like him. I don't like his music. I love his music. I love him. He's my little brother, and he's always been there for me, and I've always been there with him. Through hard ups and down times, I've been there with him.
Usher and Brown have maintained a close bond since Brown's emergence into the music industry in 2005. The two artists have collaborated on various tracks such as New Flame and Party. During an interview with Big Boy TV, Usher was asked about the possibility of collaborating with Chris Brown, whether it be a verse or a similar endeavor. While Usher did not commit to the idea, he expressed admiration for the concept of going head-to-head with Chris Brown in a friendly competition of hits. Despite their previous camaraderie, it appears that Chris forgot about the positive relationship and engaged in a physical altercation with Usher, allegedly striking him in the nose. This incident sheds light on Chris Brown's history of physical behavior, which is not limited to women, but also includes men. Unfortunately, Chris has become known for his aggressive tendencies over the past decade, with a documented pattern of attacks involving both genders. Notably, his highly publicized attack on Rihanna stands as one of the most prominent cases of aggressiveness, receiving widespread media attention.
I fell in love with that person. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing that that's the type of person that I fell in love with.
Chris Brown and his then-girlfriend Rihanna had an argument that escalated physically on the part of Brown. He is said to have punched Rihanna and even threatened to end her. Rihanna was left with visible facial injuries and was hospitalized, and Chris Brown was subsequently charged with felony and making criminal threats, which he pleaded guilty to, accepting a plea deal of community labor, 5 years probation, and domestic maltreatment counseling.
Because I can believe in something, but I cannot make anyone believe in that.
Following his completion of a year-long domestic maltreatment course, Chris Brown took to Twitter to express his sense of self-respect and pride in his accomplishment. Many interpreted this tweet as a sign of personal growth and change. However, those hopeful sentiments were shattered when, during an interview with Robin Roberts on Good Morning America, Chris Brown had a heated outburst in his dressing room. Reports indicate that he threw a chair at a window overlooking Times Square and confronted several members of the show's production staff before leaving the building without a shirt. Chris Brown's disruptive behavior didn't end there. Another incident occurred in a New York City nightclub, resulting in 8 people sustaining injuries. The altercation involved Chris Brown, Drake, NBA star Tony Parker, and various individuals from their respective entourages. Interestingly, 7 years after the incident, Brown and Drake seemingly reconciled, as they parodied the brawl in a dance battle for the music video of Brown's 2019 song, No Guidance, featuring Drake.
Complaining about being like stalkers and love with y'all kind of crazy and get tired of it. Well, guess what? I'm one of them. If I love you, ain't nobody gonna have you. I'm gonna make you miserable. I'm gonna chase that out. I'm gonna chase your ass around. And it's done. Ladies, y'all ever dealt with a that's just be like blowing y'all up, hopping gates, stalking the out you, getting on your nerves? But I'm one of them. If I love you, ain't nobody gonna have you. That I'm tearing up everything.
Chris Brown was involved in another incident when his entourage clashed with singer-songwriter Ocean and his group outside a recording studio in West Hollywood. The altercation reportedly stemmed from a dispute over a parking space. And according to an incident report obtained by TMZ, Brown allegedly punched Ocean and made threats of shooting. Despite this, Ocean chose not to press charges, and no legal action was taken against Chris Brown. Several months later, Brown faced arrest for felony assault in Washington, D.C. after he and his bodyguard, Christopher Hollizy, were involved in a physical altercation with 2 individuals outside the W Hotel, as stated by police spokeswoman Gwendolyn Crump. Both Brown and Hollizy spent 36 hours in jail, appeared in court, and ultimately had their charges reduced to simple misdemeanors. They were released without the need for bail. Brown was later summoned back to California to appear in court in Los Angeles and was ordered to maintain a distance of at least 100 yards from the person he was accused by. During his time in rehab, Chris Brown was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and post-traumatic stress disorder by medical professionals. This diagnosis led to the belief that his past behaviors were influenced by attempts to self-medicate his personal struggles. Consequently, a judge ordered Brown to remain in Malibu Rehabilitation Facility for an additional 2 months. Doctors noted his significant progress and a reduction in impulsive behavior following the diagnosis. In a separate incident, Brown was briefly involved in a misdemeanor battery case in Las Vegas. Allegedly, an argument over a basketball game at the Palms Casino Resort led to the altercation. However, the individual involved declined to press charges against the singer.
Come on, my nigga. What else do y'all want from me, bro? I stay out of the way, take care of my daughter, do work. I don't need ugly, trifling, whatever it is.
Chris Brown's publicist, Nicole Perna, denied his involvement in the incident, stating to CNN that Chris was in Las Vegas for a performance and was not engaged in any altercation. According to Perna, Chris had a suite at the hotel with a basketball court and invited friends to play when an uninvited individual arrived and was subsequently removed from the premises. Perna insisted that Chris did not have a physical altercation with this person. However, another incident occurred where Chris Brown became the subject of a police investigation in Las Vegas. A woman accused him of attacking her and stealing her cell phone during a party at the Palms Casino Resort. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department released a statement confirming that the victim reported being battered by Brown, who also allegedly took her cell phone. Brown and his team denied these allegations as well. His representative claimed that the victim's statements to the police were completely false. They argued that the victim was escorted out of the hotel due to disruptive behavior, and her claim of having her phone and causing an altercation with Chris was fabricated. Additionally, Chris Brown was involved in an altercation against his own manager, Michael Girdwiz. Mike had been hired to assist Brown in rehabilitating his public image after the incident with Rihanna. He filed a lawsuit against Brown accusing him of a vicious attack. The matter was eventually settled out of court in 2019 after years of legal proceedings. Chris Brown's history of disruptive behavior raises concerns about his impulsivity. It is unfortunate that he would engage in an altercation with Usher, knowing that Usher has been supportive of him and has shown him genuine care. That's all for today, folks. If you want to keep yourself updated on the latest binge-worthy news, click that subscribe button and notification bell for more videos like this.